Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, a channel that I have titled Convictions He Explains. And as usual guys, I'd like to take criminal sentences or civil situations or lately whatever's been happening in the news and try to provide you all with an explanation to the outcome of the case that I bring to you. And so today I got a despicable case. This one involves a gentleman by the name of Marquet Johnson. He is 45 years old and he used to work as a prison transport guard. But that was up until he decided that he wanted to violate the civil rights of the prisoners that he was transporting. Now, these were pretrial detainees who had warrants in various locations throughout the country, and his role was to go and serve those warrants, pick those defendants up, and bring them back to whatever particular state had the warrant for them. I'd like to also put it out there that Mr. Johnson did not work for a particular state. He worked for a private prison transport company. So this case is brought to us because we recently got the sentence, and Mr. Johnson was sentenced to 30 years in prison and 5 years of supervised release after prison. As a special condition of this sentence, he will have to register as a sex offender. More than likely, he'll have to register for the rest of his life. If he were to travel to another state, he will have to notify that state. Not only will he have to notify that state, but in certain situations, he will have to call in advance and to notify that state. So that's just a condition of the sentence, but also it's state law in most cases for him to register and comply with all other states' sex offender registry rules. Now, as far as the 30 years in prison goes, some of you may not be aware of this, some of you may be, but he may be eligible for parole at some point. In any event that he is eligible for parole, the parole board will provide him with some special conditions that he will have to abide by as well. More than likely, depending on the state, I'll say, but usually he'll have to wear an ankle monitor. He'll have to enroll in sex offender treatment courses. Those courses can be anywhere from 2 years on up to the length of the supervised release. It just depends on the program he chooses or the program that the state chooses for him. It will depend on his participation level in the program and other factors. More than likely, he'll have to take drug tests and he'll have to notify the sheriff's office or whatever government agency monitors the registry in the particular state he chooses to live in. But he'll have to notify them of his job, if he chooses to go to college, or any other type of information pertaining to his whereabouts. The sheriff's office as well as the probation and parole office will be privileged to that information. So it's not an easy sentence by far, but that was just, a tidbit of if he were to get parole. And a lot of times sex offenders do get parole. A lot of people may not think that they do, but they do get parole. So that is the case that I wanted to bring to you all today. Once again, Marquet Johnson, 45-year-old, worked for a private prison transport company. Got sentenced to 30 years in prison plus 5 years of supervised release after he gets out of prison, and he will have to register as a sex offender. This all started back in 2019, late 2019 to be exact, November. His first victim, I believe the victim that actually came forward in this situation, was someone he was transporting, female he was transporting. When him and his partner, I believe, stopped at a gas station, he went to the back of the prison transport van, ordered this victim to partially remove her clothing, took his firearm and set it in his lap, of course, as a way to threaten her. And the victim stated that she didn't want to do it. He then proceeded to take his firearm and place it up to her cheek before abusing this. That's the best and kind of PG way to put it. Before abusing this poor victim. And he had the gun or the firearm. Not sure what I can say on YouTube. This is a new channel for me. But had the gun to her cheek while assaulting her. And turned out this wasn't the only female that he had done this to. They found out that this happened previously in August. Before that in July. And I believe that's just touching the surface in terms of the amount of women that he may have done this to. Sad situation to take advantage of these women in probably some of the worst times and points in their life. They're already dealing with whatever criminal issue they have going on, but for this gentleman to take advantage of that situation and of the vulnerable moment of these victims, it's sickening. And he deserved every bit of the 30 years, if not more. He seems like someone who is going to have a hard time probably when he gets to prison. There not too many people are gonna take kindly to that. But I'm going on a tangent. I'm gonna pull back here. And once again, thank you for visiting the channel. Like, subscribe, comment. I try to get you guys a video every couple of days. I'm gonna try to increase and maybe get to a point to where I'm uploading daily. We shall see. Once again, this is Convictions He Explains. Like, subscribe, let me know other topics. Have a good day. I'm out.